Twitch is ending auto setting session. What? Whatever. But yeah, really looking forward to using the new equipment. I mean, really looking forward to using the new equipment. And then you'll take your front loader, your wheel loader, whatever, take your pallet of seeds out or young plants out, take them to your seeder, load them onto your seeder, you know. I'm looking forward to all that because I like the manual stuff, you know. It was one of the things I liked about, where was I? Somerset? No, this one, wasn't it? Well, and Somerset. But it was doing the straw harvest pack, where there was a lot of manual handling, putting your bales on the thing to be shredded to make your pellets. I loved that. That was great fun. To some people it was a little boring, but to me it was great fun, you know, getting the telehandler out, you know, picking up the bales, putting them on the shredder, picking up the pallet, going around selling it, you know, it was great fun. But on certain maps, the pellets are OP for money. So it's a great little pack to use if you're not sure what to do with your straw and hay. You know, you could pelletize them. And the good thing about pelletizing them is when you put them into your animals, say if you're using pellets to feed your cows, it seemed to be that you got 4 times the amount you would normally. So I think the pellets were 1,000 a time, but when you put them into your cows, you got 4,000. I think that was it, wasn't it? And straw. You shrink your bales down to pellets, and then when you put them in for bedding, they'd open up, and you get 4 times. Welcome back. Did I go? OBS doesn't say I went, so it must have been a Twitch thing. Yeah, OBS didn't say I'd left, so it must have been a Twitch thing. Twitch has been twitchy. Babes, if she's pissing you off and you're trying to sleep, kick her out of the bedroom and shut the door. Oops. Thought I muted that. Get away. Coming through. Now I'm guessing, Kev, Twitch kicked me out of the thing. Twitch kicked me offline because, yeah, OBS doesn't say I've been reconnected. Or disconnected and reconnected. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So we've got a couple more fields of these red beets to do. And then we got some carrots to do, which we can do with this header as well. There's a couple of fields of that to do. Like I say, I've basically done all the, I say the shit jobs, but the day-to-day jobs, you know. I say day-to-day, it's, I've got my thing set for 1 day per month. I thought it was me, as I have thunderstorms on the way. To be honest, it might have been thunderstorms where they are. You know, the Twitch servers. There could be thunderstorms where they are. And, you know, depending if it kicked everybody offline for a split second. So, like I say, I had a thing come up on Lumia saying the auto thing for Twitch is active, and I was like, what? So that's what it was. Yeah, Twitch kicked me offline and then put me back on again. Never mind. Shit happens. Missed a little bit there by the looks of it. But yeah, guys, if you've got or if you've been with any of the community farms that the SOAG have done, and you were with us when we did the Oaks normal map, so not the vintage Oaks, the normal Oaks that we did, you will have 98% of the mods that I'm using now, even though I don't think I'm using them all. And you should be able to join within minutes, because obviously it's only a couple of mods to download extra. And yeah, you can come straight on. I think my game is called Mad Matt something or other. Obviously Zielonka. And the code is MAD1234. Capital M. How well I know. I've only got one of these harvesters, though, guys. You are coming on, so you can rat pickup for me, even though I don't really need to rat pickup for this thing. But there's a load of contracts to do. I think there's... at last look, there was 4 cultivating contracts to do. I think there's 3 or 4 fields to plant. But me, I don't care what job I do, as long as I've got tunes and people to talk to and have a joke and a laugh with. I really don't give a shit what job I do on the farm. Just goes to show you that when we did Old Timers USA, some of you guys will remember that one when the community was on that one. I did a onion field, I think it was. 9 hours it took me. One field harvesting. Right, so I've done 42. So it's just 87 and 86 to go. Okay, let's go down to the road. And we'll try and work our way up to there. So this is my farm, guys, that we're just about to pass. So that white harvester, that's a cotton harvester only. Virtually the same as this, but there's cotton. Hello. We've changed a few bits and pieces around. So we've upgraded the trailers. We've got rid of a couple of tractors. We've got a couple of trucks now, which is groovy. I love using the trucks. We do have an auger wagon, but I don't really use it as an auger wagon. I use it to basically empty out the pig food from the pig food maker. And yeah, I think these two foods are together. We can harvest these two at once. Okay, I'm going to put who is it on for this? Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, not that. I'm putting that on. Oh, let's go. There we go. Oh, I can chat to you guys now. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to 25. I mean, the things I've seen so far, every new thing I've seen makes me that little bit more excited about it coming. You know? I know it's a bit cheeky of me because I don't really... I try and mix and match the games that I play, but I did put in my partnership for Giants. They haven't answered me yet, and it's been nearly 2 weeks. But if we get it, we get it. If we don't, you know, never mind. You know, we'll pay you to go see the average Viking for his codes and stuff, because that's what I do. Dollar. Oh, it automatically set it for 2 lanes. Great. Yeah, so ever so pleased with the donation amount that we reached. Very unexpected. I said this the other day when I first thought about doing a charity stream for FMA UK that help people out with fibromyalgia. I was thinking I'll do a 300 go. A few other streamers will come in. We'll get about 450 and it'll be grand and I'll be happy and shit like that. But when we reached the first go by the second streamer, it was starting to blow me away. And then Average read out a little story from Mr. Handy and that got to me. And then at the same time, Chucky sent me a message with a little story about her ailments, shall we say. And other people were messaging me, and on stream people were freely talking about their experiences with trying to get diagnosed and stuff. It was a very moving day, and the donation line at one point went ballistic, which is how we got such a big fucking go. And yeah, thank you all. I'll to be honest, I'll keep mentioning it, and because it did blow me away. Thank you all. Thank you everybody that gave. Thank you to all the streamers involved. Thank you to everybody that just drove with us on the day. It was such a fun-loving, great day. And it just shows what a community to do when they pull together and the right people do certain things and stuff. I mean, even the fact that two of the streamers that I had lined up 2 weeks before, one pulled out because of IRO stuff with family, and the other one pulled out because they had work. They were called into work, and they were like, "Very sorry, we can't do this, we can't do that." And we're like, you know, it's like we said, you know, we saying soag, you know, IRO comes first. You know, if you've got IRO stuff to do, you've got IRO stuff to do. It's, you know, it's what you do. You know, you take care of your real stuff first. You know, the gaming stuff, even though we were kind of sort of doing it for a charity, which is kind of IRO, you know, we'll manage. I mean, one of the plans I had, if thank you to Gamer Redmond for stepping in at the last minute, was me, Average, and Zeno were going to just extend our stints. So Average would, you know, would have done a 4th hour if needed. I would have done an extra hour to 4 hours. Zeno said he'll come in an hour early and do a 4th hour. It was kind of all worked out, but, you know, Red stepped in and it was gravy. It was lovely. It was, you know, it was a thing. So, I don't know whether I've missed any of the updates for 25. So I know about the spinach, and I know about the spinach harvester, which looks fucking awesome to use. Got to say that again. I know about the rice, wet rice, dry rice, the little like pedalo harvester for the wet rice, and it looks like you just use a normal harvester for dry rice, maybe with a slightly different header or so. We'll have to see when we get our hands on it. Did I miss anything? Is there anything else coming that is going to just stir the juices? Call of Duty Zombies map 5. Jumping Jacks. What is the boss round featured in Call of Duty Zombies map 5? I've not got a fucking clue. So if in doubt, 4. That's the way I feel about it. Lyndon thinks it's 1. Oh, well. Also, guys, if you're in the soag community and you are a streamer, you know, and you would like to take part in the end of the month marathon stream for ETS, and I've forgotten the name of it. It'll come back to me in a minute. Please message Loopy Loza to get your spots. I believe it's 2 hour spots, same as normal, guys. If you're a streamer and you're in the soag Discord and you do trucking, please contact Loopy Loza if she would like to hear from you to see if you would like your slot. I'm pretty sure that if Minute's involved, Minute will get the early shift. Average gets his normal shift at 11. Loopy goes after Average, but anything after that is, or anything before Minute is up for grabs. I can't get involved this time because I have RO work to do. I must go drive the bus. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, I think the next line when we turn around, guys, we'll do this. We won't alter it, so we'll come up half and half. Yeah. Oh yeah, it did all restart, didn't it? I mean, Dreamlabs didn't say it didn't come up, but it restarted, but it did. Because it says I've only done 15 minutes, so yeah, everything restarted. That was weird. Never mind, we won't worry about that. We'll carry on regardless. Yeah, so we'll come up on this access, although we won't seem I'm picking up so much, but when we make our turn, we'll be doing full lines again. As long as we make the yield, guys, that's all that we're really worried about. Make the yield, turn the things around. We're coming up to our first year as well. I mean, that's the extraordinary thing. We're coming up to our first year. I think we started in April. But we've really been maxing out our days. So on the contract section, when you accept your contracts, there's a button that says new contracts. And I just press it until there's none come up. So it's that line there. That's where we want to go. So when we make our right turn, we should come straight back down on a proper line. And of course, because we're in cruise, we can have lovely pics like that. Side on view. In the cab, I'm wearing a case hoodie and a case baseball cap. And on my t-shirt, I'm wearing a Case Magnum t-shirt. There it is. Yay! Yeah, I'm a Temu freak. So also what there was on there is there's also one exactly the same as this, but New Holland. I think there was Class as well. Not that I'm advertising Temu because it's Temu. They just have some fun t-shirts. I mean that's where the music t-shirt that I had on yesterday come from. I've got a couple of like England ones, one with skulls with the Union Jack on and stuff. Got them from there. And they're good quality t-shirts. I love them. I mean, they're all kind of polyester-y, kind of cotton. I mean, a lot of people can't do polyester, but this should make a lot of money. Because I'm doing 2 foods at once. So when I drop them off, it should make a pretty penny, shouldn't it? Well, one would think, anyway. So we'll be doing till, what time do I start? 2:30. So it's 3:30 now, so that's the first hour. So we'll be doing another 2 hours from now. And then it's time for me to go get ready for IRL work tomorrow. We're back to work for 2 days, and then we're off for a day, and then we're back to work for another couple of days, and then we're off for another day. It's a stupid roster, but you know, it's at least every third or fourth week we get a weekend off. That's the benefit of it. I mean, the rest of the days when I'm working and stuff between the big weekends are stupid, but I'm guaranteed every 3 or 4 weeks a whole weekend off. That's the benefit. And I think the next one is a 5-day weekend. And then, of course, I've got my holiday in October, which I booked anyway. But obviously, with IRO stuff happening and the fact that we got our new vehicle in October, I can't go up and see the guys for the meetup, which is a shame because I was really looking forward to that. But needs must, you know, for us to come all the way up to you guys. It was going to cost us about £650, I think, in total. I know you guys are okay. It doesn't really cost that much. The hotel was only 300. Yeah, but by the time we charged maybe 3 times and food for the weekend and drinks and stuff, it's a £600-700 weekend, isn't it, in total? But there's always next year. I mean, like I say, some of you guys will be going to Llama, and maybe I can get the time off work to go to that. You know, she won't come with me, but again, that's that's £400-500. Go to Llama. No. I mean, I don't know what Z and Fizzy paid when they went Llama, but because they stayed pretty close, they were airport side, weren't they, of the NEC? And to be honest, the fastest way to walk from where they were was to actually take a shortcut through the airport, go through the overpass, and they would have been there. But I don't think they went that way. I do know quite a bit about the NEC, yeah. I used to, me and the wife used to go to the vape expos at the NEC. Which, when you look at the map at the NEC, there used to be... we set at the airport travel lodge, it was a 15-minute walk, and cost you under 500. What was that for the whole weekend, Zeno? See, I could go up there for that, and walk for stuff. Yes, mate, for the 3 of us. So that's good money, isn't it? I mean, especially because you were paying for a hotel. Obviously, you travelled down there, paid for the hotel, food. You know, it would be lovely to meet you if you do go Llama. Yeah, like I say, the wife won't come. She's not interested in farming stuff, but, you know, I used to work on a farm. I'd say farm, it wasn't really a farm as such. So as a kid, I worked on a guy who used to be a calf dealer. So mainly, the main stock that we had was calves. We had a few cows and stuff, and sheep and pigs every now and again, but the main thing that he did was he bought and sold calves, and sometimes exported them, you know, and stuff like that. So, and he paid us fucking pittance as well, which pissed me off. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah, that's it, yeah, mate. So yeah, we used to, I worked for him 7 days a week. Obviously, it's farming, but you don't get a day off. And we also did a side thing of greyhounds and all sorts of shit like that. But anyway, that's another story. But he paid, I think he paid us £10 a day. I was 15 when I started working for him, and I was about 18 when I finished. Because at the same time, I think the bout of BSC came in again, and the cattle markets went, no, you can't be inexperienced, you got to be this, you got to be that, boom, 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 boom. They wanted to do it properly for some fucking weird reason, so it all went Pete Tong, and I went taxi driving. But anyway, yeah, so to make up my money, I worked for the cattle markets that he went to, which was kind of nice because it bumped up my money. So I earned about £70 extra with that, and because he paid us so less, I could get a little bit of job seekers at the time. It was job seekers. I could get a little bit of that, which all helped out. And on a Saturday when I went to the pub, it was all gone after I paid Mum Lodge. But yeah, to be honest, it was great fun. I mean, every so often, like once a year, we used to get kind of hired out to another local farmer that had a few fields, and yeah, they used to do baling on them of straw and hay and stuff, and it was kind of an old baler, so the baler would bale up and then it would go into a run and put it into, I don't know, sixes on the ground. So you get 3 bales and then 3 bales in behind, and then it would let them go. And then all we do is walk behind it and stack them up in 2s, because the grab on the front of the front loader could only grab 2 at a time. So there was a couple of us going around going bump, 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 packing them up like that. And then there was another guy on the trailer stacking them, and every so often we'd swap over. And on one point where we swapped over, I was doing the last 3 stacks on top of the trailer, and when you got to the right at the very, very top, flat 8 normally. No, yeah, we had a 6 runner. It must have been an old one. Yeah, we had one that just did 6, or the farmer had one that just did 6. We didn't have it, obviously. We did calves. But yeah, the guys whose equipment it was just had a 6. So yeah, when I was on top of the stack, obviously the grab would come up and just let the bales go, and you walk over the bales and just stack, 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 stack. And then at the end, when they chuck the ratchets over, or rope, or whatever we were using at the time, you just make sure it goes over the top. So you'd stand back out the way, they throw it over. If it didn't quite make it, you just kick it off. But when all that was done, you then had to get down off the stack. So what would happen is the front loader would come on, and what you'd do was just backwards get onto the grab. So the grab would be like that, and the top of the stack was there, say, he'd come up like that, and it'd be like a ladder. So you just get on the stack, you just get on the grab, and then he'd bring you down nicely, you know? And the thing on the other side of the grab was hooks. Dodgy shit, but yeah, we didn't give a shit at the time. It was fun. And we used to go every night when we worked for him. So we'd work for him for like 3 nights every so often, like at late afternoon. We'd start about 4, because we'd finish on our doing our shit about 3:30. So we'd go over to him about 4 and do to about 9 o'clock till it started getting dark. And then he'd take us back to his place and give us a load of beer. He'd come in and go, here, you know, you work for me, blah, blah, blah. And he used to pay us loads more than we were getting off our farmer. Back when health and safety was an option. What was health and safety? That health and safety wasn't a thing. I mean, to be honest, you could be, I mean, now they go mad. So I recently visited the newer livestock centre that we got down here, and yeah, it's a load different. I mean, the guys that work in where I used to work in the calf pennage are wearing, well, they have to wear metal toe caps. Some of them have to wear shin pads. It's just weird. White coats. We wore what we fucking wanted. You know, I used to go to work with a set of, you know, when I used to work at the cattle market, I used to wear my boots, but when I used to work on the farm, I used to wear my wellies. But yeah. So, and jeans and a t-shirt, that's what I used to wear. But my job in the cattle market was from 6 in the morning. We used to get there about 7 in the morning, something like that. And for the first part of it, you help the guys bring the animals out of their vehicles. And then from 11 till 2, I used to be near the auction ring. So my job was to get the calves in order of number. That they stuck a number on the backs. I used to get the calves in the order of the number and just send them in the sales ring, one after the other. So as soon as the hammer went down, you let the next one go through, go and grab the next one, or your mate would grab the next one for you, and you'd swap, like you'd hold it and swap it over, and just carry on like that. And you know, and at another cattle market, yeah, I did the same. So Monday I used to do sheep. back in we Matt's talking about did exist, but nowadays you can't get away with cockle. No, you can't. Yeah, you couldn't go with shit now. So yeah, I used to do sheep on a Monday at Exeter. I used to do calves on a Tuesday at Hatherley, calves on a Wednesday, Newton Abbot. Thursday was Axminster. I just used to go there to help. I didn't work there. And Friday, Exeter calves. They just take they just do their back legs and the wellies. That's your job, Smiler. Thank you. What? He's Welsh. Thought that was the thing in Wales. Isn't it not? Okay. Can't take the piss. I like Wales. Fucking. So, a little story about this. So, my brother went out with a girl. Obviously, if she went out with a girl. Well, I mean, it could have been a man, you know. There's no disgrace nowadays. And they moved to Wales to take over this bar. And it was just the other side of the Brecons. I forget what the name of this village was called. But to get there, you used to have to go to... What's first? Cardiff or Newport? Whichever was the second one, that one you go to on the motorway. You used to go to that one, cut round the outside, and then go over the Brecons. That was the fastest way there. And the drive over the Brecons was fucking glorious. If you've never done it, go there. Matfords is still going? Yeah. So I started working for X. You must know it then, Farmer William. So when I first started at the cattle market in Exeter, back in the day, the cattle market used to be down the other end of Marsh Barton. If you know Matford at all, used to be down the other end of Marsh Barton where McDonald's now is. And real old place, well spread out. I think at night they used to let all the lorry drivers park there because the gates were locked and shit. It was nice and safe. But then they moved to the other end of Marsh Barton, and yeah, it's a brand spanking new place. And like I say, a few years after the BSE thing hit, you're a dairy farm worker. Shit. You might have seen me then, dude, if you've ever been to Exeter. Because the dairy and the cows are right beside each other. And they were both on Fridays. You might have seen me. Back in the day. So you know, you'll know then if you've ever been there that the calf ring is a push along. Yeah, I'm not shitting you guys. You didn't just get the calves out, walk them down into the pennage. No. The pen came to them. The auction ring came to them. Yeah, see, I've been down there. I used to work for Beaver Brothers when they were at Exeter Airport. So you know Exeter, you know the cattle market quite well. So yeah, I used to do sheep on Monday at Exeter, and then cows on a Friday. And then obviously, like I say, I used to do Hatherley Tuesdays, Newton Abbot Wednesdays. I used to be at Axminster on Thursdays, but they didn't let me work there. They reckon they could handle it, but I say they reckon they could handle it. I still fucking did more than who they were paying. I just did it for something to fucking do. Otherwise it was boring. He liked the sheep days. To be honest, it was kind of fun. I say kind of fun because you get to listen to what the fuck's that there? You got to listen to... Oh, that's for a beat there. Why the fuck didn't it harvest it? Yeah, so you got to listen to all the stupid noises that the farmers made to make the sheep move, which was hilarious. You know, so you get a few of them do the old tongue thing. Fucking awkward animals, yeah. Well, you say awkward, kind of not. You know, I mean, you guys are not. Some of you guys that have, if you've ever been on a farm and done sheep, you know exactly what I mean now. So if you've got thought they were red beet. They're not fucking coming up. Anyway, we'll fucking cultivate them. So yeah, you know, if you got one moving, I mean, you guys have seen on TV the one man and his dog thing. You know, if you kind of get one moving, the saying's right. If you get one moving, they all fucking follow. They're twats. But once one goes, I'm fucking off that way, they all want to fuck off that way. It's crazy. So you sort of had to like make sure that the runs were clear. So when you got them off the people's lorries, and they went right, we want them in those pens down that aisle. You sort of went, well, hang on then. I'll walk down, open up all the gates. Every other farmer had to fucking stop what they were doing until you moved them sheep up to where they had to go. It was sort of a beautiful thing. Not like the calves. The calves were like, just put them in those pens there and we'll chase them down to the auction pens. Done. It was... But yeah, we had a good... the guys that worked there, we had a good system. I mean, one of the... I know a few of the guys that I used to work with down there now have passed away, which is quite sad, but... And that's not the way through, Matt, because that's a dead end. Yeah, but one of them was a really, really old guy. I mean, he must... I mean, I never knew his age, but he must have been in his... I don't know, 80s back then. But he just liked working. It's great. Great lad. And he used to work at the Exeter. He used to work Exeter with me, Newton out with me, and back at Exeter on the Friday on the cabs with me. That one and that one. Yeah, great laugh. And back in them days, it was a great laugh. I mean, at one point we had a straw shed above some cows, and the way we used to get to them was health and safety again. We used to put a ladder upside down, you know, these connectable ladders where they've got the hooks underneath. We used to put a ladder upside down so the hooks were down near us, and hook it onto the top of the front of the pen and just put them through the door of the shed. And then you climb up, sort of diagonally climb up into the shed, throw your bell down. Because I say throw the bell down. It was only like 2 meters, so you could easily throw the bell right over the top. I say easily, it wasn't easy. Although when you gained a bit of strength, it was kind of easy. Right, let's just have a quick look at the thing. Yeah, so... And one day, one of our guys went up there. I said one of the guys that worked on the farm with me went up there, and right, let's do parsnip next. Went up there, and the ladder broke when he was on his way down, which was fucking hilarious. And like somebody said, "Oh, get the guy that get the farmer." So I went and got the farmer. And he come out and looked at the guy that was flat on his back around laying in cow shit. And by the time we got the farmer out, this guy was fucking pissing himself. So the farmer come out and said the guy's name and went, "Stop fucking about, will you, and get up?" It was hilarious. And yeah, we used to have a shed beside that the farmer that we worked for had his own pub pool table, and we actually moved the pool table up into that shed in the end. Where's the nearest field? I didn't look. Yeah, we actually moved the pool table up into this barn, which was fun because it meant that we could sneak off for breaks and play pool. Sorry for this. He's a bus wanker. Fuck you, Smiler. You're just a sheepshagger. Don't fucking start on me. I got a comeback. And if you want to hear my proper comeback, scrape it off your mum's teeth. I said, sorry, only joking. Yeah, I'm only joking. That's why it was a joke. Oh, hello. Right, I think I can do parsnip with this one. What can't I do with this header? I think it's potatoes and onions, I want to say, that I can't do with this header. I can do everything else. Yeah, I can definitely do this because it's gone brown. Yeah, I think it's just potatoes and onions, I think, that I need a different header for. Gamer Mum, good afternoon. How you doing, lady? And I'm looking at chat and not watching what I'm doing. Yay! It's all fun and banter. It was lovely to listen to what you have done. Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I say that I've been a bit. Saying that I've been around is kind of saying that I've had lots of women, but you know, I've done lots of different jobs. You know, so I went from the farm to being a warehouse person. General fucking dog's body again. Quickly got upgraded to forklift driver, which was fun. Except in the wet, because I nearly put the forklift through the wall. Don't ask. You think Minute's story was bad when he was doing his test? You've not heard this. So it was an in-house forklift license, so they're leaning on you. So basically, during the theory, they basically tell you the answers, and then you write them down in a form afterwards. So that was that done. I'm good, thank you. How's you and the farmer going? The farmer's going great. And I'm gravy. Yeah, so the in-house thing's kind of easy. You know, they give you the answers to the theory, and then you do a little test. So what we had to do on the test was basically we had to show competence with the forklift. So they basically get 3 stacks of pallets, just empty pallets. And basically what you have to do is you start on the large one, you pick them up, turn around, do a figure of 8 through the other 2, put them down the small stack. So it makes a big stack. And then you back up, do a figure of 8, go into the big stack again, pick it up, put it on the medium stack, but you don't take half as many. And you do that the 3 times. And then you basically put 3 or 4 pallets back on the stack you started on. And if you did it correctly, you passed, or gravy, it's well and good, done. And then obviously you can go drive a forklift in for your job, which obviously I passed and did. So one day I'm doing, it was a delivery firm I used to work for, and the way they did their parcels, their small parcels, they were in 6-foot cages, which is very easy to load onto the trunk lorry. So you just grab one, stuck it on the touch, grab one, stuck it on. But you had to do pallets as well occasionally. They were weird because they were long. So yeah, so after I did the loading, I'm like, okay, I've got to put the forklift away. It's low on charge. I'll put it on charge overnight. So I bombed up the top, whacked it around, forgot the wheels were wet, and nearly ended up through the wall. Basically, the front fork just knocked one of the knocked one of the blocks out like that. It was kind of looked like a fucking door. It was beautiful. Yeah, so I quickly backed it up and just whacked it in on charge. Done. Didn't say fuck all about it. Got away with that one. Yeah. And there was another time there with the forklift. I can't tell some stories when I was forklift driving. So another one was with the forklift down there is we had a guy park in front of the delivery bay, and the trunk lorry was trying to get in again. I think it was first thing in the morning. No, early afternoon it was. The trunk lorry was trying to get in to start loaded, because we used to do about 3 trunks morning, 3 trunks afternoon, and the last one left about 7 o'clock. So I'm doing the early morning trunk. First one leaves, do the second morning trunk, he leaves. By the time the third one gets to us, it's about 8:30, so it's a bit late. And some twat is parked right across the delivery bay. So the guys in the warehouse go, grab it with the long forks and fucking move it and put it somewhere stupid. So I did. I put the long forks on, grabbed it, stuck them underneath, and put it on top of the cages outside. Thank you. Long forks. Okay, what are you saying? Yeah, so they say, stick it on top of the fucking the cages. So I did. 20 minutes later, the area manager come out and goes, "Where the fuck's my car?" And they were like, "Oh, it's up there." Who the fuck put it up there? And we were like, "No, not me, mate. Not me, mate." And they were like, he was like, "Well, you're the forklift driver." I went, "What, me? I went for a piss." You best get it the fuck down and don't fucking destroy it. I said, to be fair, mate, although you are the area manager, you should know not to park in front of the delivery bay. I said, so technically it's your own fault. And he kind of agreed with me when he calmed down and was like, "Yeah, sorry chaps," and all this shit. But you shouldn't have still stopped my car up there. So we kind of all said sorry to him as a collective so that nobody got in trouble. And yeah, it was all done and dusted. He saw it as a laugh. "Thank you very much, bye." So we kind of got away with that one. But yeah, they as soon as I passed my test, they went, "Oh, do you want to do a bit of driving?" And yeah, I don't mind doing a bit of driving during the day. So I basically became going in the mornings, doing the trunks, going home, coming back, doing the trunks, to a driver. So, you know, promotion. First started off just doing a few bits and bobs in the manager's car, or the local manager's car, which is a shit car. It was a fucking Daewoo, sort of big saloon car. Just doing a few odd parcels that should have gone to other depots, but never mind. So I used to do that. And then they went, "Oh, there's a run coming up. Do you want it?" You know, you still have to do your warehouse bit morning and afternoon. But me, it being young, I thought, yeah, fuck it. So I used to go in at 6, do warehouse till 8:30, do a run till 4, jump back on the forklift at 5, and work till 9. And then on Friday, I'd be in the pub by 9:30. Spending my wages. Yeah, one of the local pubs had karaoke. And that's where I met the guy who I worked karaoke with first. You know, it's amazing how you can meet some people just doing other things. You know, so I've gone from a delivery driver, and then I went, you know, I quickly progressed to, well, I was doing it in the meantime anyway for another couple of DJs. I was a roadie anyway, setting up this and that and the other. Is that one of the fields I've got to do? 49, yeah, it is. Okay, so it's that one there. There we go. Yeah, so, you know, I quickly became a roadie for him, and then he went, "Do you want to do some presenting?" So I was like, "Okay, yeah, no worries." And he said, "No, I'll stay with you the first couple of times. You just present a few songs while I go to the toilet for a fag and shit like that, and we'll see how you go. And then, you know, if you're any good, we'll try and get you a driver, and you go do your own shows, you know, under my flag." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, no worries, we can do that." And yeah, that's how it progressed to me becoming a karaoke presenter stroke DJ. And then I sort of graduated and bought my own gear and worked for myself, which was great fun. I say great fun, it's a lot of hard work, but it was great fun at the same time. Which is where my background in being a DJ comes from, mobile discos, and where my collection come from. Because I was one of the first kind of group that went up to date with my gear. I say up to date with my gear. The first one to get rid of CDs and use MP3, which is why, you know, my thing is my genres are widespread, plus I have a lot of disco-y kind of stuff, you know. So when you're when you're requesting when I'm live on Simulator Radio, remember that, you know, the stuff that I got would be stuff that would be played at a disco to get people up to dance. So a lot of the obscure stuff that it's good to listen to, but people probably wouldn't dance to it, I'm not going to have right off the bat. If you request it a couple of times in a row, then it sort of jogs my memory. You know, this guy requests this quite a lot. I should get this song. You know, or if it's a song that you've bought, remember that, you know, you need to have bought this song, or I need to buy the song. You know, you can send it to me, and I'll make sure it's got the right metadata on, and you can play it. But it cannot. You know, one thing you can't do while we're working for Simulator Radio is send us YouTube links. We can't play them. It's copyright. I mean, that's the thing. When I did my own show, I used to pay £160 a year to play MP3s to the government. I used to pay £400 in insurance every 3 months for discos. Even more when I owned my own taxi. Fuck, I used to pay £2 a month. But I was earning loads more than that. The good old days. Being a minicab driver. But I used to earn £400 on a Saturday night. Easy. Easy £400 on a Saturday night. Take out your money for fuel, 50, 60 quid, bosh, 350 in your pocket. Easy money. But then you got to pay the tax man. Which was kind of easy. There's a lot of the jobs didn't even go down for the his sheet. You take out like 4 jobs a night. And then go, yeah, that's what I did. I'll pay that into the tax relief. Come on, guys, you can't say you haven't fucking done that with the taxman. Everybody's done it, if you've been self-employed. What about using SoundCloud or Mixcloud for links? If you can... As long as you can pay for the music in some aspect, then you've bought the right to be able to play it. I say you bought the right to be able to play it. You've bought the right to play the music. But what Simulator Radio does with their, when they say give us some money for donations, they buy a license so you can play it to people live, which is what I was doing as a mobile DJ. I paid for the privilege to play music live to people. Totally different. So buying the music is one thing, but then playing it to the public is another. It's just like your local pub. Your landlord has to buy a music license to be able to have a jukebox. I shit you not. I think he pays about £400 a year to have a jukebox in the pub. And then obviously if he's rented it from a company, he pays the company so much for the rental of it, and you know, he doesn't get all the profit from that either, because you know, the company will come once a month or so, put the new albums on, update it, do this and that and the other, make sure it's working good. You know, anytime you can call them, go, it's fucked, and they come and repair. You know, the pub don't get fuck all for jukebox. They get more. I tell you what, if you've got a pub with a pool table and a jukebox, the pool table, if it's a busy pub for pool, will make more money out of the pool table profit than the jukebox will. Even if you've got people ramming in money in that jukebox 24 hours a day, the pool table will still make more money, because the people that deal with the pool tables only want a certain amount a year. They go, they kind of rent you the pool table, and you pay for the new cloths and stuff every couple of years and stuff, and like the pool cues and stuff, and then you pay them so much a year for it. So you make more money out of a pool table than you do out of the jukebox. Strange, isn't it? I only know that because we did look into running a pub. Back when I had my own gear for discos and stuff, the wife was thinking about, I could be a manager. And then the son, he did his, when he was 20, I think, he did his manager's course for bar management. And he passed it. And with him, she could work the bar and manage a little bit. He could do he could hold the licensing and stuff. And I'd be entertainment. All well and groovy, but it never panned out. We never found somewhere that would accommodate what we wanted to do. We just wanted like a place that were not locals, but could be an entertainment bar and stuff. So it never really panned out. But yeah, for the last 20-ish years, I've drove buses and coaches. I say buses and coaches. I've actually been with the bus company now. I call this tour number 3. So if you think of like when the guys went to war, they do one tour, come home, do another tour, this is tour number 3. I've actually left Stagecoach at 2 other occasions. Just thinking that the grass is greener. So I left them once to go work for a local coach company. It wasn't really what it cracked up to be. Left them, went to work for another coach company. That was all well and grand, but when they brought in all this CPC and load of shit, they didn't want to pay for it, and I was like, well, you want me to drive for you? You're making shit ton of money off me driving, so you pay for CPC and just contract me in for 6 months to pay for it. Why should I have to fork out for it straight out? And they was like, no. So I was like, cheers, bye. So I went back to Stagecoach, and then the second time I left, the job was supposed to be Morrison's home delivery, because the wife used to work in the supermarket checkouts, and it was supposed to be that I'd work delivery, and then we'd have the same shift, so I could take it down and we both start work. I do my delivery, she does the store stuff, and then we meet up at the end of the night and we drive home. Never worked like that. Of course, National Express don't do a single seater. Fuck off. Private coaches do. Private coaches, you get more extras. So with a private coach, I mean, you can do this on National Express because some of them stop in services. So when you're driving on the services, if you got your membership card, you can go in and go, I've got or used to be able to go, I don't know whether it's still a thing, I think it is still a thing. You could go in and go, I've got so many people on board, and you get a bacon sandwich or something for free. You get like a certain amount that you can spend, but I never really wanted to drive on a full stomach, so I sort of went, I'll have a bacon sandwich and a coffee, please. Everyone. And on some of them, they used to give you a scratch card, membership scratch card as well, with every like non-purchase or stroke purchase, free purchase. And I was getting £5 vouchers for WH Smiths and this and that and the other. I think the current MacBook I got now was free because I had a voucher through WH Smiths. As a kid, we went to Oaten Towers quite a lot. And one of the trips I did for the coach company was to take customers up the Oaten Towers. Now, being such a long way away from where we are, or where I am down in Devon, it's a 2-man job. So we left at 4 in the morning, got to the park about 9:30ish. We left the park about 5, and we got back to the yard at 1 a.m. And that was a 2-man drive. Morning, Brax. Thanks you for the party. Morning? What am I on about this afternoon? Afternoon, Brax. Yeah, so... But the weirdest thing was, because you took customers... I don't know, you know, if I can still do this, but... when we went up there with customers, they give you a driver's voucher for lunch. But it doesn't pay for the whole lunch. I mean, it almost did. We had a chicken dinner, roast dinner, because we had lots of time to wait anyway. So we had a chicken dinner, and a coffee. And we still had to pay like £1. But we thought it's a deal because it's a meal. You know, it's probably the only real meal we're going to get all day. But, you know. And on those long jobs, we never really took packed lunch. We took a few snacks with us, but that was about it. And maybe a bottle of water or something. Because basically, before we left the yard, if you were going with a co-driver, you had a hot water dispenser right next to the co-driver. And you'd have a cupboard. There's a cupboard there with cups, not cups, like with tea and coffee making stuff. But we took our travel mugs, so it didn't really matter. So while one of us was driving, the other one, T-boy. So like 1 hour. Yeah, coffee. Yeah, no worries. If you had to stop, we used to go and quickly get, you know, you tell everybody, yeah, half an hour, yeah, no worries, 45 minutes, whatever. Well, let him do his 45 break or whatever, because didn't really need to have a break, 2 drivers, so we could just swap tacos over, done. But, you know, the customers every 2 hours need toilet. We had a toilet on board, didn't we? Yeah, it was an exclusive. We had a toilet on board for that trip. Although you kind of give out, it's number 1s only, because number 2s were hard to clean. But yeah, we had a young lad on that trip, not very well in the toilet on the way back. I got to admit, the guy that I was with, partnered with that day, there was a few of the guys just got off a roller coaster before they came to the coach, and the guy that I was with virtually took off to come back. He was trying to really get out of where we were and make up a bit of time before we kind of slowed down, sort of thing, on the motorway. And he was fucking chucking it away on the roads and shit. I kind of don't blame the little kid for fucking chucking up, really. But again, fun times. You don't know how good or bad the job is until you've done it. Would I do it again? Boring? Yeah, it was fun. The only thing I couldn't do is stay away now because of the work. But you know, tour coaching's fun. And quite a lot of the time, my main job with the coach firm was schools. So I used to take the kids to school in the morning, and then take them home later. But after I did one school one day, the school requested me for their cricket team every other week. So I never ever did my afternoon school trip. 85 up there. And then 35 down there. Is that it? Yeah. 82 we're going to. Yeah, so yeah, so I never really did my afternoon school run because I was always it started out once a week and then turned out twice a week, which is kind of cool. And basically, I think why they requested me is because I was giving the kids advice on how to play, because they were like playing 20 overs and a lot of them were just trying to block, and I was going, you gotta take a shot. And they were like, why? Because you gotta make runs. You don't win by staying in. You gotta make the runs. You're not making the runs anymore, let the next batter get in. Maybe he can make the runs. You know, you can only block for so long. And if the, bowlers, I was like, you got to keep it tight. I used to play in a school team. I was a skinny fit bastard at work at school. I tell you, hard to believe, I know, but I was fit at school. When I say I was fit at school, I was playing football, cricket, and I was in the athletics team. And now you're going to say, what the fuck were you doing in athletics? I did track. And no, not the walking race. Before any of you crafty bastards say that. I actually did the 1500 meters. They wanted me to do the longer races, but there was a few in the school that were better than me. Although I kind of did the longer races for the year, for my year group. But in terms of when the school competed against other schools in athletics, yeah, it's one of the higher year kids got that accolade for the 3000. But 1500 meters, they still picked me for the 15. Mainly when it was the school athletics thing, I was the pace man for the older guy. So I went out and basically throttled it for 3 laps and let him take over for the last 3 quarters. And hopefully I could hang on for a placing. Never always worked out, but But cricket, I was part of the cricket team. That was great fun. And I don't mean softball cricket. It was hardball cricket. Still remember the day when we were playing. I forget I don't forget who we were playing, but I was bowling, and I put a shortish ball in, and it stuck. It's stuck in the guy's fucking thing. So some of you that know what a cricket helmet is, it's like a hat with a peak, and then you get this metal grill that goes around here. But I think this guy or kid adjusted his grill down, which you shouldn't do, because obviously the grill's there with the peak, so the ball don't get through. Yeah, I think this guy adjusted his peak, adjusted the grill, because yeah, it fucking stuck right there. And I was like, you lucky bastard. And he was like, why? I said, I play with a load of guys in our local park, and we don't play with helmets or anything, so we kind of bowl it slightly slower. But one of the guys the other day totally misjudged the bounce of the ball and broke his nose. I said, so you're lucky that it actually stuck in your helmet. I've had it cricket ball hit me in loads of places. In the nuts. It fucking kills, that does. Just playing in the garden with my brother, that was fucking hell, man. He brought a proper cricket ball, and we were like, you only can play defence, you're not allowed to play attacking. And it bounced and fucking just went boing, fucking straight in my nuts. So I think we've only got one more field after this, I spotted. 35 or something? Looking forward to repairing my fuck up. I say my fuck up, it wasn't quite my fuck ups. I don't know what happened to the farm, but I logged on one day and all the fields were empty. Literally all the fields were empty. It's strange. So I just randomly put crops in every field. And the leftovers from what used to be on the fields came back on the edges, which is why on the what was it, 85 and 86 a minute ago, why there was another crop just on the edge. So whenever there's cultivating on those fields, I try and do it myself, and then you cultivate what the fucking stupid bits out. But yeah, this should make a pretty penny. 300, what are we on? 370,000 litres of parsnip. And we still got carrots to do. So with on this map now, we're the root crop king. Yo! But yeah, compared to the heavy equipment controller guys, this thrust the farm stick is something else. So easy to use. Only advice, if you do get one that I can really give you, is make sure you download all the drivers and import them. Which is something I didn't do first off. And then the game was like, what the fuck are you using there, mate? Until I put the drivers in properly. I know, I'm a dick. Tried to do it without reading the instructions. It's a man thing. Quickly realised it needs them. And yeah. So I downloaded the drivers, put them in, and then found a picture of the default buttons, which I used to use quite a lot. I don't anymore. I basically know where all the buttons are. I sent the picture to Average as well. I think Average did all of his buttons on his. I'm not being daddy big bollocks, it's just I found something that was handy for people in the community if they need it, and yeah, that's what we do. You know? Nothing about being daddy big bollocks about that, it's just I found something that might help everybody else out and shared it. I'm expecting to reach 6 million before the end of stream. I think this is the slowest I can make the header go as well. 17 mile an hour. And guys, all the links in chat to my various bits of stuff. I mean, that's my merch store stuff. Go take a look at that. Icon City, guys, go take a look at that. They were absolutely fantastic, giving me stuff to give away during the charity stream. And don't forget to use my code in checkout if you're considering buying stuff of Icon City and get your 10% off. And if you don't want to use my code, guys, there's other codes you can use. Same with Wraith Energy. You know, if you like your sugar-free energy drinks there, go check them out. If you've never used them before, get the sachets first. They work at about 80 pence a sachet. You know, considering I was gonna buy an energy drink in Sainsbury's the other day, 1 can of Monster, £1.80 for 1 can, and Wraith works out at 80 pence for the same amount of drink. I think it's over. Where are we going? 30 down there, so it's by the shop, by the farm shop. So yeah, I'm going the right way. So go down by the farm, cut across and down. So I put this to the potatoes because I made a mistake the other side, and I have to put this field when it's ready to sunflowers. So I put that side to corn. I know, I'm a div. And also we got, what do we got? We got oats, haven't we? To make straw with. See, that was the thing. I was deciding what makes the most straw. Barley, wheat, or oats. Couldn't make up my mind. So what I did in the end, I went for what makes the most money when you sell the byproduct of the oats, wheat, whatever. Because I don't need it for chickens. So it's like, what just makes the most money? And it turned out on this map, it's oats. Oats make the most money. So that's what I did. I planted a field, shitload of oats, so I can make straw. There's my cows. in my big grass field because I bought that and it's like knocked a third off for my animals. It's here. So we'll do this, and then the sale point's right there, right next door. And it's parsnips, so we don't need any. Potatoes, sunflower, and corn is my mix for pig food. And at the end of stream, probably we'll have to empty the pig food, put it away, and make another batch before we come off the farm today. I can tell you now, the pigs are using a lot. I mean, during the course of a day, which is basically a month, I basically make 4 lots of pig food per month or day, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it a day just to make it easier on me. So I make 4 lots of pig food a day, and they eat the lot. Pigs in them. They don't use a lot of straw though, the pigs. Kind of strange. You know, they eat all that food and basically nothing comes out of them. I say nothing, it's still, what am I collecting? About 15,000 litres of manure a month, day, whatever you want to call it. I've only got 80 pigs, that's all the freaking, the sty would take. Yeah, so I've only got 80 pigs per sty. I think we've got 108, no, it's not 180 cows, it's 120 cows per each of them. And the cows make more silage than the pigs, which is weird. It's weird to me anyway. You know, the only thing we've done with pigs is we had a few pigs on the farm when I was working the farm, and we basically fattened them up to take them slaughterhouse, which saved the farmer a bit of money every other year. And he gave quite a lot of it away. I mean, you know, I got sent home with a pork joint and a load of chops one day for the family. So was the other guys, or every so often he'd cook for us, so we didn't need to have tea because he'd cook. I'd rather have the money if he was taking what he cooked out of our wages. I still remember when we used to have a few greyhounds that we trained, and then we had a few greyhounds that we actually trained for other owners. And yeah, we had this dog running at the local stadium that wasn't supposed to win. I mean, he was supposed to win, he was graded to win, but we made him, or we thought we made him not win. So we basically walked the legs off him during the day, so he shouldn't have been able to race so good. Fed him as well before he went to the races, which you're not supposed to do either. The feeding of a greyhound is supposed to take on after the race, so you could basically go to bed on it. But we fed him before. We still added like a snack for him later on, but you know. So he wasn't supposed to win, which is why I don't bet on the greyhounds, because it's fixed. I quickly learned at a young age greyhound racing is fixed. And it was so the farmer that we worked for could bet for the second favourite, and then obviously make money. But yeah, our dog fucking pissed, and he was like, "I thought you fucking cunts walked that fucking dog," and we were like, "We did." I walked him in the morning. 2 hours later, the other guy walked him. 2 hours later, I walked him. 2 hours later, the other guy walked him. 2 hours later, we walked him all the way into the stadium, which was about 4 miles. Which you know about because you sent us in with him. And he was like, okay, yeah. And he's only had about an hour rest before the race. Well, how comes he fucking won? He's a fucking good dog. You know, he tried his fucking socks off. I lost fucking money. Chance you take when you gamble. And he was like, well, it shouldn't be because we kind of fixed the race, so he shouldn't have won. Yeah, okay. Whatever. And it was just like one time with greyhounds, I was given a greyhound because she just come back off of illness. I say illness. She used to split her paw quite a lot. Basically, the local track was grass, so she on some of the grass. What happens sometimes is the pad gets soft, and it happens with all dogs really. If the pad gets soft, your dog can cut its pad on the blades of grass. I used to have a personal dog that did it, so for ages we never took him out on it. But we did a load of old school kind of medicine on it after I was given it, and it was re-registered in my name and everything, which was fun for a little while. But the owner of the farm was like, you know, you feed it, take care, you know, I'll feed it, you train it and do this and that and the other, and we'll share the winnings. Because obviously it's my food and stuff, and whatever, I don't really care. But it's just a big up thing if it's my name on the fucking race card all the time. And so we did a load of old school medicine on the paw and stuff to get it nice and fit. I used to walk her special on a special track. Yeah, took care of her, gave her Mars bars where you shouldn't give her Mars bars, but yeah. And we took her to the trial and she put in a time and it was like, yeah, not bad. And the farmer put her in a race about a month after, and she got disqualified for the only reason a dog can be disqualified fairly. She was over a second faster than her time. So her time in practice, she was set 1 whole second faster. And it was like, whoa, where did that come from? There you go, guys. Well, what were we on? 569? First 3 numbers then? 5829 now, and I haven't even collected. Going down. Carrots. Carrots. Sorghum. Carrots. Carrots. There you go. Should we do the carrot foods, guys, next, or should we do a bit of coating? How long we got? Hour left. Yeah, we should be able to do all this, shouldn't we? Do we need a different header? Don't think we do. Uh-oh. 2 lots of fucking deliveries. Soup factory. Soup market. Soup market. Soup factory. Soup market. Soup. Even fucking spread. Let's do the supermarket ones first. So 46, 13, I suppose, is closest. Ooh. Ooh. A DJ. I know it just looks like I've just come in my pants, but, you know, it's a live DJ. Chris, how you doing, lady? think this header does carrots. Like I say, I think it's onions and... should be down there, really. I think it's onions and potatoes. Good. How am I? Yeah, I'm good. Back to real work tomorrow. Who's on? Leo? Our new guy. 30 minutes of your favourite tunage? Okay, he's only done 30 minutes. You went back today? Yeah, I'm back tomorrow only for 2 days, and I'm off for a day, then on for a couple, then off for one, and it's a bit of a stupid week. I think I can use this header on here. We shall find out. Nice. No, it's not that nice. I prefer to do 3 or 4 days at once. Get them done, and then I can have a couple of days off together, like, you know. Instead of just going in for 2 and off for 1, and in for 2 and off for 2, and paying the frickin' ass. You imagine if you went to your work and had to go in for 2 days, and then you go, oh, I've got a day off now. Did you hear we have someone else to play SnowRunner with? Yes, Chucky. We had her in the average stream earlier, and you know, I offered my services when she was if she's around and I'm around as a SnowRunner guru, but I'm kind of not. I know a bit about SnowRunner. You guys know I know a bit about SnowRunner, but the actual SnowRunner guru in our group, it's kind of Miss Silvermoon stroke Brax. And I say that because I like to find a truck, which I do, and just use that truck. I don't like to mess about, you know. Although I don't use mods, you know, I like to use the same trucks, not mess about with them too much, and then you get to know those trucks, you know. So, you know, my favourite truck, obviously, the Mastodon. But you find a truck in the game, and you go, well, that's my truck. That's what I'm using. Same as, you know, the other day, I got the Mac out for the first time, the Mac Defense, simply because a lot of the guys were saying this truck is fucking awesome now with the new tires. So I had to try it, and it is. I wouldn't say it was awesome, but it's a lot better than what it used to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, she knows what I mean. Hello, Phil. Isn't it? Get it right, Phil. We've all been there, Phil, today. None of us can speak English. Oh, he's driven over 100 miles. Fucking hell, I'd do that in 3 seconds on ETS. See, 100 miles. Where could I get in 100 miles from where I live? I could be up in chaos territory. Those guys in the soag Discord. I could be up near chaos in an hour. Not that I want to. It's a shithole, but hey. Friend of ours used to live in the same city he lives in, and I went up to see him one time, and where they live used to be this massive church, and about 6 months later when we went up to see him again, it was all kind of fenced off, and I was like, what happened to that church? It's a nice old place. Oh, the kids vandalized it. Well, how the fuck did they vandalize a church? Thank you, Kenny, for the cheering. And I was like, how did they vandalize a church? Oh, one of them hot-wired a truck and drove it through the church. What? Yeah, one of the kids hot-wired a fucking semi-truck, just the tractor bit of it, and they drove it through the fucking church. For fun. Disrespectful bastards. I mean, we used to be a little bit disrespectful, you know, playing knock on ginger and, you know, playing hide and seek till fucking 10 o'clock at night. And when I say hide and seek, you used to hide and seek in people's gardens because we didn't care. You know, it's the sort of things you do when you're a kid. But, you know, we weren't so disrespectful. I mean, it was mainly because you knew if you were disrespectful and somebody got to hear about it, took you back to your mum or dad or whatever, you know, you'd not only get a good talking to and maybe a slap off the guy that you disrespected, but when they left, you get a slap or something off your mum or dad as well. So you sort of got two whacks for the price of one. And you sort of went, I'm not fucking doing that again. Back in the day that parents could give their kid a slap round the ear, like sort of thing, you know what I mean? Nothing like when Kenny was born, they had the fucking cane and all sorts of shit. I mean, when Kenny was born, they were still using chalkboards in schools. Only joking, Kenny. They fucking were, guys. Oh, Grandad Kenny. Just like I've been nice to you earlier. It's only banter, don't panic. Why are you billing Kenny? Because it's fun. Welcome back, Chucky. Hope you've had a nice nap. Thank you. You're mean. Mum, picking on me. Right, so that's field number 1. Right, we need to have a look. We need to keep an eye on this now. So where was that one to? Where was that one going? So that was that one when it's Soup Factory. Who's next? All right, so that's Soup Factory. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps coming and going, guys. Right, so 31's next. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps coming and going. Really don't. Lumire's kind of just acting weird. Kenny's laughing his head off. See what you did, ladies? You woke him up for his slumber. He was taking an old man nap then. Nap. I fucking wish. I've had kids to double check the uniform fits and then the school bags out. Then take the wee boy down for a haircut, lunchtime treat or cage. Naruto marathon? What the fuck's that? Is that sort of some self-defense thing? It's anime. Okay, cool. What, she makes it, or... Because that's cool. They got my Batman. Is it 31 I'm going to? Yes. No, just watching it all day. Oh, I thought they were off doing like a competition or some shit. It was like, that sounds really cool. Anyway, I'm not picking on my buddy Kenny because he says if he wins another copy of FS25, he's going to give it me. So I'm not picking on Kenny. Kenny's my mate. Not you. Yeah, he's said it in Average stream. If he wins the next copy, he's going to give it to me. He said it in a live stream now. He can't back up on it. Yeah, might react. Laugh out loud. Oh, I've washed and ironed all the uniforms for Wednesday. Oh, your kids are back Wednesday, aren't they? They go back earlier. I was like, I deleted that VOD. Fuck you. Yeah, stream restarted right in the middle of the thing, and yet OBS didn't say nothing. Lumia came up with Twitch is restarted. It's kind of strange, but it restarted the whole stream. So I don't know whether there's two VODs out there now of today. I would, mate. And he said it again. See, they got me back. Isn't thunder and lightning supposed to cool down the air? I said that the other day when it was drizzling down here, and I was like, you know, it's drizzling, it's kind of rainy. Isn't that supposed to make it kind of cooler? But all it did was turn it into a sweatbox. That's the trouble today, that the kids aren't taught any discipline at all. Their only punishment is getting grounded. To be honest, I understand why they stopped allowing parents to slap their kids, because some parents went over the top. Did it do me any harm? Getting hit with a belt, shoes. I mean, my mum could throw a shoe at you and it would hit you wherever you were hiding. It was like a fucking boomerang. I mean, literally, her high heel shoe fucking hurt. And she'd get you wherever you were. It's like, bang, fuck off. You know? And it fucking hurt. And I get that. Yeah, I can. Yeah, so I understand why they stopped it, because, like I say, some parents went over the top, and, you know, it was then close to bullying. But, you know, just a slap round the wrist, slap round the ear, I think, you know, they shouldn't have stopped that going. I mean, if you go to social services nowadays, a few people I know have, with their problem children, because they don't want to hit their kids. Do you know what the social services say now to problematic kids down this way anyway? Let them carry on. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to discipline him? To tell him, you know, you can teach him that that's bad. Don't. So you're not supposed to teach your kids anything about the world that they're about to live their lives in? No. Well, fuck you. That's what I say to them. Matt, you're digging a hole for yourself? You won't get out of. Change the subject. It's, to be honest, it's true, isn't it, Truckee? Don't you know? This was number 2, was it, this week? Big Top 30? I think this was number 2. I think Jay said he wouldn't mind hearing a little bit more of it and it getting a bit more popular, but it's alright, this song. I it reminds me of an older song, and I forget what it is. Mind you, I think this is an older song. Well, yeah, I mean, you take it, when the new Prime Minister is on about bringing the army to control the public because of all the rioting, that's when you know the country's lost its face. But we won't talk about that because it's politics, and we don't do politics. So what we now? Middle of August. So what have we got? 3 and a bit months to FS25, guys. 2 and a bit months. My calculation's right. It is 3 and a bit months, isn't it? So it comes out on the 12th of November. What are we on? August. August, September, October, November. Yeah, 3 months exactly today. And like I was saying earlier, if you weren't with me earlier, you know, new things to plant: wet rice, dry rice, and spinach that we know about. Unless I've missed the VOD and there's some of the notes. Couple of new harvesters to work your way round. The wet harvester looks fantastic. Said this before to people that were in earlier. The wet harvester looks very, very interesting. The dry harvester just looks like a normal harvester. So we shouldn't have any sort of crossover to be able to use that one. The spinach harvester looks interesting. It looks like it's kind of a thinner, sort of this kind of thin, normal harvester. And by the pictures the guy was showing that I was watching yesterday, it kind of looks like it's got a hoover on the front of the rotating header. And if it is a hoover, and my speculation's correct, so what I think happens is the hoover sucks up the leaves so that the rotator can grab them and rip them off. And with that product, after you plant, obviously you wait for it to grow, harvest it, burr it, and then you can harvest again without replanting. So it's going to be interesting. And when you offload off of the harvester, where my product's going now in the back of this one, that lifts up and tips into your truck. Very, very interesting. And that's it. That's about the only 2 new products I know about, to be fair. It's the only really couple of videos I've seen. A new animal type. I say type. A new animal. Where is it? Buffaloes we're getting, which basically going to be same as cows. The buffaloes or bison, which is basically the same as cows. Nothing about forestry though in 25. I know there's a few of you out there that like doing a bit of forestry. I mean, I imagine they are going to keep a bit of the forestry equipment in the game, I would have thought, for those who like doing it. But I suppose it depends on the feedback they've had from this one. If they've had little to no feedback on, who likes, how many people like doing logs and stuff, and furniture and stuff, maybe they take it out for 25. Maybe they don't. All we basically know is that Zielonka's in it. There's a kind of... Has it been announced? The English, Scottish, Irish map, whatever it is? The name of it. And the American map's been announced. Which kind of looks interesting. Sorry, the Irish map's in the year 1 pass, and after 3 months, 6 months. So at the start, there's going to be an American map, the Oriental map, and Zielonka. But in the year 1 pass, there's a picture of a field with a stone wall. That kind of looks like, I don't know, I want to say an Irish kind of Scottish, you know, maybe a Welsh sort of hills, in the hills map. That kind of thing. Because of the stone wall fields. Apparently Steve's going to London. Somebody's doing his best friend's mum. Or am I mishearing that? Probably mishearing that one, aren't I? But anyway, guys, if you're in the soag community, guys, and you want to take part in Mother Trucking Saturday at the end of the month, I can't, I'm working. Please submit your requests, if you're a streamer, to Miss Loopy Loza, and she will try and fit you in the timetable. If you don't want to stream it, guys, you can still take part. It's probably going to kick off about 7 or 8 o'clock. Probably with Minute Online Gaming if it's free. Yeah, I would suspect going into Average, going into Loopy, and then obviously the rest of the spaces are probably open. And don't forget, guys, if you do play ETS or ATS and you're looking for a fun-loving group of gamers, and if you're over 18, you might want to consider us. Here's the links to our VTC, the Viking Transport Company. So we did that, VTC, Viking Transport Company. Wonder what I'm going to have for tea. So we couldn't bother to cook yesterday, so we ordered Chinese. And well, we had a special chow mein each, but she decided, the wife decided, oh, we'll get some pancake roast in. But well, we won't have the normal vegetable pancake roast, which I like a lot. We'll have these freaking Shuison ones. I can't fucking say it. But it turns out they're fucking spicy. And a lot of you guys know I don't do fucking spice. So I kind of smelt the... I broke one apart and smelt it, and it kind of smelt alright. And I thought, yeah, let's have a bite. So I took a gigantic great fucking nag out of it. And yeah, it nearly blew me fucking head off. And a few of the guys were trying to go, well, they're not that fucking spicy. They fucking are. Right, next one for the supermarket is 71. 71, which is above me over here. Yeah. So every bite I took of this freaking pancake roll, I basically took a big mouthful of chow mein just to cool it back down again. With extra barbecue sauce. Because it was a special house chow mein, so it has barbecue sauce over the top of it. Oh, this is a big one. Oh, we're gonna have profit on this fucker. Okay, let's set the old Uzumi flip up then. It's already on that, innit? So all I have to do is go that. Let's go. Right, guys, how are we doing? So what have we got? We got 30 minutes, 40 minutes to finish this off. Gonna be close. The good thing about it, guys, is that those cultivating contracts, once you hit the renew contracts button, will get bigger. Why would they get bigger? So all these fields I'm doing now will be in them. Oh, that's gonna need... There's a fucking great stone die cut in Abyss. Come on, Phil, stay on for a bit longer. You decent, you is. Can't add that, just played it. Couple more. Is she? And why not? Chaz and Dave instead. I was going to put Chaz and Dave on. Why? Why was I going to put Chaz and Dave on? Because some numbnuts in Tav's chat earlier said, don't I play any good stuff? You know? Do I keep playing old stuff? I should play Chaz and Dave. So I was going to put Chaz and Dave on. But I thought better of it and put Windy's song on instead because he likes a bit of 1975s. Yeah, I was going to put Rabbit on, which I think suits Jobber. Why don't you just fade it out, dude? You reap what you sow. Not really, dude. If there's a problem with what the guy's doing, I go and give him constructive criticism. He can either tell me to piss off or not. You know, same as everybody else. I quite a lot go into Luke and go, your mic's not loud enough, dude. Your music's way above your mic. And he'll come back with some shite, like he normally does. But I love Luke to bits. You know, I get things wrong. Red, good evening. How you doing, bud? You beautiful Scottish bastard, you. I would too, to be honest, as I used to be a presenter a few years ago for SR. The one thing, I tell you what, Replay, you'll know this, being an ex-presenter, the one thing that gets on my goat with a lot of presenters on simulator radio is their music will be very, very loud, but their voice will be very, very quiet. And I fucking hate that. You know, so you turn the music down to hear the music, and they go to say something and you can't fucking hear them. I'm good, just finished work. Thank fuck. Yeah, I was talking to... Who was I talking to in Simulator Radio Discord earlier? Squid Biscuit, I think. And he said he's got an hour left to do, but then he's got to ride his bike home, and it was something like 35 degrees where he was. And I was like, holy shit, you do a day's work and you got to fucking ride home in that? Fucking shit. 35 degrees and ride his push bike home. Fuck that. I said, because at first he said, I'm gonna be bollocks when I get home in this heat. And I was like, well, why don't you fucking just put the AC on in your car? And he was like, I ain't got a car. I ride a push bike. Oh, I Oh, okay. Just presuming that he drove to work. I thought, yeah, okay. Lovely. Nice. I'll shut the fuck up now then, shall I? But mind you, the guys that are constantly in the chats for Simulator Radio, they give out just as much as you give them, I tell you. I mean, Windy will tell you, you know, the first time we went on, there's a person in there called Minxie Jinx. And I don't know whether it's a he or a she, to be honest. But they give you a load of shit being new to see how you're going to react. And a lot of their comments I just used to fucking ignore, and now I just take the piss out of her, saying she takes the piss out of me. But you know, and it stopped it. He was there when I was there, and oh, most definitely. I remember Peeps doing it to me too. I just ignored it too. Yeah. It's the best thing to do, isn't it, when you're presenting in there, you know, because you're in the live lounge seeing if the requests are coming in, and you get some banter off of them, and sometimes you can get content out of them as well, because they'll be talking about a load of stuff that may be interesting that you want your listeners to know, because you want people to come into the lifts in the lounge and know that when they come in, they're going to be included and stuff like that. So you're going, oh, we're talking about this in the listener lounge, blah 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 blah. There you go. Gremlin's just come in with his live. They took a load of shit. All I say is if they can do better than come in and just give it a go. Yeah, I say the same, dude. To be honest, I said the same when I was doing karaoke's. I mean, I've said this story a few times, but when I had my karaoke, when I was working for the guy doing karaoke's. And I was presenting at one pub one night, and we used to get a regular customer come in, and she was deaf for definite, and she was dumb as well because she couldn't talk, couldn't sing, barely knew her own tone, but she wanted to sing on the karaoke, so we let her, you know, because like we used to say in the day, karaoke isn't for professionals. It's for people who just want to go to the pub and have a laugh. And one night, like I say, she came in and she's doing her thing. I would say singing, but not. She's doing her thing, and these guys at the bar were taking the piss out of her. And the landlord was getting pissed off with it, and I could see he was getting pissed off with it. So I looked at him, he looked at me, I looked at him and went like that. It's just to say, leave him alone a second. Watch this. So she got off, and I said, a round of applause for this girl, blah, 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 blah. She got a round of applause, except for these two that was at the bar. And I just picked some random song out of my list and went, right, next on is these two guys at the bar that was taking the piss out of the young lady that was just singing. I said, see if they can do any better, because obviously they can, because they were just taking the piss out of her. They went white as a fucking sheet. The landlord was fucking killing himself. And they left right after they finished their drink. And didn't sing. Fucking, I caught him a cracker. Well, I'm not having it. Not having it. I mean, you know, she's there just having a laugh, having a good time, and having the piss taken out of her because she's deaf and dumb, and basically all that was coming out of her mouth was noise. But she was having a go. Who gives a shit? P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta. Yorkshire lad, thank you very much, my dude. Welcome in. And I'm sure if there's a mod around, they'll give you a shouty for raiding. Thank you very much. For bringing your 6 people over to see my 12 people that was here. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, I suppose so. 5 o'clock. Yeah, so I caught them fuckers a cracker. I loved that. That was one of the funniest things we ever had in karaoke. Fuck you. We once had a star down. I forget who it was, but it was right at the end of the night. And Eric, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the funhouse. And thank you for the disco lights. Yeah, so we had this singer down. Professional singer, apparently. I didn't know. I didn't see her. But this guy came over and went, oh, who is it, Sin? Have you got our song on karaoke? And we were like, yeah, we got our song, no worries. Can she do it? Well, no. She puts a request in like every fucker else. And she waits her time in the queue like everybody else. Well, no, she's famous. Don't give a shit, mate. Oh. Well, if you go 10 minutes over your time, we'll pay. Well, sorry, mate. The contract's worth more than you're about to pay for one fucking song. Even though you're probably about to pay a couple of £100 for that one song. You know, the overall contract's worth more than that. Oh, you're just a bunch of cunts, aren't you? We don't give a fuck, mate. We do our karaoke evenly and fairly. See you later. Now, some people have said to me since, oh, we would have let her sing. Yeah, but if the guy's only paying like £150 for her to sing one song, that was one night's pay. So, if you lose the contract, that's X amount a year that you lose because you've got to go find another gig. Right then. That's the last one. So, Soup Factory. I think it's... No, that's not Soup Factory. Where's Soup Factory? Soup Factory's down the bottom. That's... Hey, it's the penguins. Right, let's deliver this off. And then we're not far from having a raid out. Turn it up. But the temperature down in the southwest of the UK, guys, has gone up dramatically from this morning. So the outside temperature for the area was 17 degrees when I woke up this morning. I mean, in the house, it felt like about 25, but, you know, outside it was about 18 degrees, it said, on the temperature gauges. It's 25 degrees here now. But in the house, it feels like about 50. It is fucking hot. 21 degrees there, well, outside. I am not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. Because you always get some person, I was going to say some idiot, but some person going, I bet you like this weather driving buses, don't you, Drive? And you go, nope. And they can't, they look at you all puzzled, just to say, well, why? It's nice and sunny, this and that and the other. And you go, well, it's like sitting in a magnifying glass. And they go, don't understand. What's it like then, Drive? Give us a for instance. And so you go, yeah, I'll give you for instance. And they go, okay, give us a for instance. Okay, lock yourself in your own oven, whack it on 200 degrees for 4 hours. Then you'll have some idea of knowing how I feel driving a bus in the sunshine. Oh, I didn't realise it felt like that. Fucking feels like it out sometimes. I mean, you think working in retail on a night shift would be cool? Not if it's not cold outside, dude. And they don't have AC. So what have we got? We got 13, which is round the back. Alright. So we're going to do a couple of fields before we have to disappear, guys. I think we can... I was going to play this for Jobber. Do you not have AC on the buses? No. We got kind of an old fleet down here. Beatles. Strange, I know that. No, mate. Like I say, it's kind of an oldish fleet. I mean, there's a few newer buses, but most of it's kind of old. That shit's off to my right. What company do I work for? Stagecoach. Some people go now, fucking Stagecoach, a load of fucking useless pricks. Blah, 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 blah. To be honest, we've recently had a lot of influx from First Bus and other companies, and they reckon that Stagecoach is a lot better to work for than those. So, you know, how shit are First than the other companies? Yes. Yes, I know, Red. Stagecoach originated up near you, I know. You know, one of our main offices is in Perth. I think the owners live in Glasgow. I know, they tell you all this before you start working for Stagecoach. It's like, do I really need to know this to drive a bus? Not really. Now I work in their places fixing their doors. Yeah, to be honest, mate, door strikes are a big thing, especially down here, because we drive the big vehicles through some narrow roads. So a lot of the time it can't be helped. But they think we can. They think we're fucking miracle workers. Let's just go down these fucking farm lanes with a double-decker bus and hope that nothing happens. Well, I'm afraid you stick a big vehicle down a small lane, occasionally something's going to happen. Because they don't take no notice of the fucking drivers. No, the doors in the buildings, not doors on the... Okay. Yeah, I thought you meant the doors on the buses. Yeah, the door... What happens with the doors on the buses is quite a lot of the time, we've got a lot of what I call ancillary mirrors, so they hang in front of the bus on the near side. But if you catch them, they swing around and smash the door. Oh, the roller shutters. Oh, so you do the garage doors. Fucking garage wankers. No, my dad, not far off retirement from First Bus. He's done like 45 years service. Yeah, this will get you with Stagecoach. We've got a guy down with us, been with the local bus company because it changed from Exeter City Bus to Devon General to Stagecoach. Basically takeover. So in the combined years he's done for the bus services, he's done 60 years. I shit you not. He's done 60 years. I mean, the last 5 years has been, like, after he should have retired. Sort of like 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever he wanted to do, basically. And somebody at some award ceremony won the long-standing award over him, but they'd only been with the company 30 years. And we're like, how does that fucking happen? And it turned out she'd been with actual Stagecoach for 30 years. And we were like, yeah, but he's been with Exeter Bus, who was taken over, Devon General, who was taken over, Stagecoach, who took over. You know, so basically he's worked for the service down here for that amount of time. So that whole service should count. And they were like, well, no. You're just a bunch of cunts, aren't you? Because you don't want a driver to fucking win it. How long have I been a driver for? On and off with driving for Stagecoach and coach companies and stuff. About 20 years. That's why driving the bus is nothing to me now. In fact, the wife reckons I can park a bus better than I can park my car. And my answer to that was, and always has been, but I drive the bus for longer per day. Which is true. I drive the bus for a lot longer per day. You know? I drive my car for a few minutes a day to work after and back from work. I drive the bus for 8 hours a day. Yeah, but you're a roller door wanker, so it's fine. Scratch that, you're just a wanker. He did drop he did drop to part-time, but finally he's ready to retire. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, as long as you pass the medical, because after 65 it becomes once a year, as long as you keep passing the medical, you can keep driving the bus. Simple as that. Tell you what, since I passed my test, I love driving. Yeah. Which is why, kind of when I go on ETS, ATS, when I've not done any driving for the day, I literally, you know, even if I only do a 3-hour stream, I'm still driving for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You know, when I went to see I was going to see the chiropractor then, but the physio at the doctor's because of my frozen shoulder, he said, how many hours do you sit down and drive vehicles for? I went, well, real life, about 9 hours a day. He said, what do you mean real life, 9 hours a day? I said, well, I virtually drive about the same amount of time a day. And he was like, what? You drive and virtually drive for about 18 hours a day? I said, yeah, sometimes. He said, no wonder why you got a fucking frozen shoulder. You don't do nothing. All you do is this all the time. I was like, well, that's what I do. He said, you need to get up and walk around and do some stuff. I went, but it still won't stop my fucking shoulder from being like that. I said, because I don't walk with my fucking hands in the air. That's just being dumbass and stupid. Who the fuck does that? I don't know anybody that walks around waving. I don't know, any of you guys walk around waving? Or, you know? Am I just being stupid and everybody does it nowadays? You know, because whether... I know what he's saying. You should get up and walk, because while you're walking, you do this. You know, it gets the shoulder moving. Yeah, but I do that anyway. So I'm pushing and pulling the fucking steering wheel. What's the fucking difference? only reason he'd been pushed is because all his pensions matured. Yeah. Once your pensions mature, it's worth fucking leaving. To be honest, it's like I say, you know, I'm estimating I might be in work for about another 12 months. And then my wife will probably say to me, I can't cope at home anymore. I need you at home. And that'll be the end of that. I won't be working anymore. I'll be a full-time carer. Because like I said, when I was doing the charity streams for fibromyalgia, that's what my wife suffers with. Fibromyalgia. She also suffers from epilepsy and asthma. So a real dangerous triangle. So yeah. To be honest, if I had my way, I'd already be at home caring for her now. But she's like, I can cope, I can cope, I can cope. I'm like, you fucking can, but I'll leave you to it for a minute. Here's another thing called love. Anybody heard the Dwight Yoakam version of this song? It's really good. And I used to do it in karaoke. That's why I say it's really good. Yeah, somebody country-fied the song. And I tell you what, it's not bad. I'd say. And I don't care what all you lot say, karaoke mics to use are a lot different than freaking streamer mics. You'd be another Tav? No. I can tell you now, guys, Tav can sing. He just acts like he can't. I can tell Tav can sing if he really wants to put his mind to it. Few tiny little tweaks on that microphone of his, that SM7B that he's got, and he'd sound fucking fabulous. But he chooses not to. Same as when he sings Happy Birthday to you, that's not his real singing voice. Whereas my microphone, the wave microphone, isn't meant to be... Oh, yeah, for the carer part, yes. I thought you meant for the singing bit. But yeah, for the carer part, yes. Thought you meant for the singing then, because I was talking about I moved on the singing. Yes, Tav is a full-time carer for his other app. First time has definitely got... First has definitely got worse. My dad managed... Oh, first bus, yeah, it's definitely got worse. Yeah, I mean, like I say, we had a couple of ladies come over from first bus, and they were still fighting to get their last 2 months' wages. Because there were... Something happened, and they were in a disciplinary, and... I don't know, something happened, but whatever. They were still fighting to get the last 2 months of wages. And first refused them. Even though they were union reps for first. Been managed by people fresh out of university. Some don't even have a PSV license. We've got a few managers like that, but we've also got a few managers where they've gone up through the ranks and done sort of stuff. Down in the local area, but obviously the local area managers are getting pushed by the managers further up and further up and further up the scale. So, you know, in a way, it's not kind of the managers that you work for that are actually making the rules. It's very strange. But we've got so many managers. You know, we've got a personnel... We've got kind of 3 kind of personnel managers and assistant managers, and then there's a manager for the garage and a manager for this section and a manager for commercial. And they're all above you as a driver. It's kind of strange. World's gone mad? Nah, not with big companies like First and Stagecoach, mate. They think they need those people. That's the trouble. What they need is workers that actually do jobs rather than needing all the managers. We said this for ages. You know, what a company, big companies like First and Stagecoach need is people that can do the jobs without being called a manager. And then they can stop being fucking lazy and actually do the job they're paid to do. I mean, it's just like we swear we've got a guy who picks roots out of his fucking head because we've got an update in routes coming down here in September that some lunatic has fucking come up with, and it's going to change all the town routes totally. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, this is going to create so much confusion for the older generation. They're not going to know whether they're fucking coming or going. But apparently it's to freshen up the system and make sure buses run more to punctuality. And it's like, get out of town. It's not going to do that. No way it's going to do that. I mean, we'll see, but they might be right. We as drivers think they're totally fucking off the chain. And, you know, there's some, you know, they need their heads read, but, you know, we'll see. Anyway, we got something to look forward to in, I think it's September. So ETS, I think September-ish, 1.51 is due. And in that pack should be the new Iveco S-Way, which should be the bollocks. If it's as close to the paid for mod, or anywhere near close to the paid for mod for the S-Way, it'll make the current Iveco obsolete. Nobody will fucking buy it, because it is very, very good. I thought this guy was only doing half an hour. I swear he's been on like an hour so far. Anyway, guys, it's that time of the day where we have to look for somebody to raid it out to, I'm afraid. So let's have a look who's about. Put you on that screen. So on my list we have Fuzzman, we have Fat, no, it's not Fat, it's Farmboy Q. Oh, jeez, Winglish. We've got Neo Fox. We have the Gugu. I can't see his whole name. And we got Tony Myth. I shall leave it up to you guys. Let's go see what they're playing. That might be fun. So we have Farmboy Q playing farming, obviously. We got Tony Myth playing farming. We have the Guru playing farming. Neo Fox is playing Rusty's Retirement. The Fuzzman's playing Sea of Thieves. And Tim the Snapman's playing Fortnite. Where does anybody want to go? First in chat, that's where we go. I think Tony Myth might be doing something after Corn. What else is where? There? In Wawagaga? Guru is Monday Fun Day, farming, then some Phasmophobia. Farmboy. Yep, Farmboy we go then. So let's take you over to Farmboy Q, guys. Don't forget to use my emotes as you enter and say hi to the guy. He's a great streamer. He's part of the soag community as well. There's my emotes, guys. And yeah, go have fun. And I shall see you in a couple of days after some IRO work. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for coming over to see me. My name's Mad Matt. I'm sending you over to Farmboy Q. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.